Hello, today we're going to be talking about the generated code using Entity Framework Core. If you can remember from our last tutorial, the quick tour of the product, there were some generated code using EF Core on the database side. So I'm going to open up AspCoreGen just to refresh our memory. From the database settings, we use the EF Core to generate the code. And I'm going to go ahead and close this and open up Visual Studio. Now we're looking at the generated code. So as you can see, there are two projects on the solution. One is the main web application, and the second is the class library project. The class library project is referenced by the web app. So I'm going to go ahead and run this to refresh our memory of what it does. When you run it, it goes right to the main web page, the home page, and it shows you the views. Again, you can click this to hide them or show them. The main web page shows the main objects that are generated for the application. So you can see the views and the controllers under the web application that was generated, and the business objects, the data layer, view models, and so on, and the entity framework on the class library project. On the views, you could actually demo the generated code here. So if you click the link, it'll go right to that page. You can see here it says list CRUD redirect on the products view. So here you could add new products or add new fields. When you click that button right there, it'll redirect you to another website, the ad website. You can also edit things here. You could also delete, which we're not going to do. And so this is the list CRUD redirect. So we're going to step on the code so we can see how the code flows. So I'm going to close that and stop the run. We're going to go right to the view under products. You will see the list redirect, that's HTML. So you can see here the HTML part of this generated code is really clean. It's mostly JavaScript and HTML. This part right here is the JQ Grid plugin. So this code is using jQuery and some JavaScript, which you guys can walk on. But mainly, we're going to look at how this thing gets the data. Gets the data by looking at this method on the controller, the grid data. I'm just going to lock that in. And if it deletes, it goes to this method called products delete. So I'm going to go ahead and move over to the controllers. On the base controller, I'm going to open up the product controller here. We're going to try to find the list CRUD redirect. There's a lot of them. And so you can see here on the list CRUD redirect action result, all it does is it returns the view, nothing else. It doesn't return any kind of data. But if we go to the products grid data, we're going to find that this method here is the one that's returning the data for this view. So you can see here, all it does is it tells it to return the data. Number of records, total records, blah blah blah. And of course right here you can see how it's getting the data. It's getting the data using the business logic tier. So if I go ahead and go to there, you'll see that on the business logic, which is right here on the other project, business object, that's the product base. You'll notice that it's calling this method. And then further, what it does is from the business tier, it goes to the data layer and calls the same name method. So we'll go to that definition right there. And right on the data layer, you'll notice that we're using an EF core context that returns the data using EF core or linked to queries, either by descending order or ascending order. And all the code is pre-made for you. Pretty much this page goes from the view calling the controller calling the business logic, the business tier, which is here, product base, the business tier calling the data layer, which is here on the data layer. So I'm going to run this again one more time. Oops. Let's point here and set that as startup project. Let's run this again. And we'll look at some other things here. So we're going to look at the ad page for that products page. When I click this, it actually goes to another page. Oops. And the product, the ad page would have the two foreign keys. Foreign keys grabs its foreign data using the drop down list, supplier and category ID. And each one of these have validation. So as you can see, it validates it. Unit price must be a number. And you can also update that. Notice that it goes to the update page, passing the primary key, which is the same as this one right here, 1129. So looking at the add and the update page, we will go right back to the views on the products, the add page, which really has nothing on it, and the update page has nothing on it. But what you can see here is it's using this partial view, the add edit partial view, and the validation JavaScript, which is just really JavaScript. So if we go to the shared, you'll see the add edit products partial view. Let me go ahead and close these. And on the partial view, you will see that it's clean HTML again. There's not a lot of things going on here. On the very top is saying that use this view model, the products view model. So what's that saying is go ahead and go to the class library. Our view models are there, and again it's on the base products. On the view model, you'll notice that they have public properties, and all it's doing is saying that go ahead, use all these on this page, the add or edit on that product's partial view. That's all it's saying there. So it's saying there that use the list of suppliers for the drop down list, list of categories for the drop down list of categories. Use this controller name, action name, return URL. The operation, which is either add or update, or insert and update. And use this products model. The products model is seen right here on the models, on the base. Products model. You can see here, these are all the fields on that page. Product ID, product name, supplier, category ID. You'll see that there are data annotations on top, which gives that the validation, such as on the product name, is saying that it's required, and it's on the quantity per unit is saying that you should only have 1 character long or 20 characters long. And what you can see here is, like, for example, the oh, I don't have it on the unit price. It's a decimal, but it's using regular expressions instead of the regular data type validation. That's because if you use a data type validation, the Microsoft Edge messes up with numbers, so it doesn't show quite right on Edge, while in every other browser it shows just fine. So that's why we're using the regular expression there. Anyway, on every single field is saying use that. On the view model, use this model, the products model. And I guess that's all of it, really. And that's it. Okay, bye bye, and look for the next video. We're going to be talking about the web API. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.